With his tousled hair, dreamy eyes, and poetic charm, Timothée Chalamet quickly became Hollywood's Gen Z heartthrob. From Oscar-nominated roles to indie icon status, his romantic life has intrigued fans just as much as his films. So, who has captured the heart behind the fame? Now let's dive into the full romantic history and meet the women who were part of this unforgettable journey. Timothée Chalamet met Lourdes Leon while attending LaGuardia High School in New York, a school known for nurturing young artists. Their connection began quietly. Two creative teenagers drawn to each other's energy during school rehearsals and shared hallways. The relationship, while brief, had a sweetness to it. There were no red carpets, no headlines, just after-school walks and quiet corners of the city. As the daughter of Madonna, Lourdes carried a certain spotlight, but the romance stayed grounded, far from tabloid frenzy. A classmate later described them as normal, low-key, almost protective of each other. By the time graduation neared, their paths diverged. Timothée's acting career was taking shape. Lourdes was stepping into fashion. No drama, no declarations, just a gentle goodbye wrapped in timing. Timothée Chalamet and Lily Rose Depp met on the set of The King in 2018. Filming in Europe, far from the noise of Hollywood, their connection developed in quiet moments between takes. He was already hailed as the next great actor of his generation. She, the daughter of Johnny Depp and Vanessa Paradis, carried the quiet weight of legacy and expectation. Their relationship unfolded softly at first, quiet dinners in Paris, hand-in-hand strolls in Manhattan. But soon, the public lens found them. By the end of 2019, they were one of the most photographed couples in the world. Red carpets and fashion weeks followed. And then came the moment that sealed them into pop culture memory. Meet a yacht in Capri, the summer sun, and a kiss that launched 1,000 memes. Yet, behind the glamour, there was a palpable sense of protectiveness. They rarely spoke about each other in interviews, never posted one another online. In a 2020 Vogue feature, Timothée was asked if he was still with Lily. His response was a quiet shock. "I'm currently single. No public breakup, no explanation, just a gentle unraveling." Some said the pressure of fame strained them. Others believed it was timing. Two young actors at the beginning of very different journeys. But the silence around the end said more than any quote could. Even now, years later, when asked about past loves, neither speaks her name nor his. And yet, for many, the image remains. Two old souls in young bodies, wrapped briefly in something that felt like first love, and maybe in another life might have lasted. In June 2020, during a brief lull between projects, Timothée Chalamet was spotted in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, with actress Isa Gonzalez. They hadn't met on a set, but through shared circles, agents, mutual friends, the quiet corridors of Hollywood's inner world. The images, captured by paparazzi, told a story of fleeting warmth. Sunlit pools, shared laughter, a guitar in his lap. It was the first time since Lily Rose that Chalamet had been seen so publicly with someone new. Isa, older and strikingly self-assured, brought a different energy. Confident, poised, unbothered by cameras. But the spark, however real, didn't last. There were no red carpets, no follow-ups, no confirmations. By autumn, they had disappeared from each other's orbit as quickly as they'd entered. No scandal, no words, just a quiet chapter in a year filled with uncertainty. A reminder that not all connections are meant to leave echoes. Some simply pass through. In early 2021, nearly a year after their quiet split, Timothée Chalamet and Lily Rose Depp were seen together again, this time not on red carpets or magazine covers, but walking side by side through New York streets, heads down, coats pulled close. They had met years earlier on the set of The King, a connection born in long shooting days and shared silences. Their original relationship had been youthful, a whirlwind. But this time, there was something more subdued in their rhythm, familiar, careful. Rumors of a rekindled romance surged. Paparazzi caught them leaving a bookstore, a late dinner in Soho, Whispers of a second chance echoed across social media. But unlike their first chapter, there was no yacht, no spectacle, only quiet proximity. By late 2022, the sightings faded. There was no announcement, only absence. Some believe they tried again. Others say they never truly let go. Whatever passed between them in those unseen moments remains theirs alone, a gentle, unresolved rhythm still lingering just beneath the surface. In April 2022, during the electric chaos of Coachella, Timothée Chalamet was seen dancing closely with model and activist Sarah Talaby. The moment, caught on fan videos, quickly ignited a media firestorm. They stood together in the crowd, swaying to the music, close enough to spark rumors of a kiss. Later, Talaby shared a photo of them on Instagram and was asked directly if they were dating. Her response was deliberately deflective. "What really matters is discussing climate change," she said, offering no confirmation, no denial. The ambiguity became the story. No follow-up sightings, no clarifications. Just a flicker of intrigue on a festival night. Whether real or imagined, the moment left behind only questions, and a photo blurred in motion. In late 2022, whispers began circulating that Timothée Chalamet had grown close to Canadian actress E.S. Taylor Russell. They hadn't met on screen, but through the quieter corners of the industry, shared events, creative spaces, mutual respect for one another's work. Taylor, acclaimed for her role in Waves and Fresh from Bones and All, carried a quiet magnetism, elegant, introspective, emotionally sharp. Unlike his past romances, there were no paparazzi vacations or tabloid-friendly outings. Instead, the signs were subtle, the way they lingered at film festivals, a shared glance at an art gallery in London, a brief touch at a charity dinner in New York. Insiders noted how easily they fell into rhythm. Two old souls in young bodies, finding something steady in the midst of an unsteady world. There were no official photos, no red carpet debuts, but within creative circles, it was understood. They were together, even if only briefly. Some said they bonded over books and late-night conversations about art and identity. Others believed it was timing again, a connection too delicate for the spotlight. By mid-2023, sightings slowed. Neither ever acknowledged the relationship publicly. No heartbreak story, no final moment to dissect. But for those who watched closely, there was a sense that something rare had passed between them. Quiet, thoughtful, and unfinished. A relationship without spectacle, held in the in-between, like a page torn carefully from a journal and never read aloud. In the spring of 2023, one of the most unlikely pairings in recent celebrity memory began to take shape. Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. The two came from vastly different public worlds. He, the soft-spoken darling of independent cinema. She, a billionaire business mogul and reality television icon. Their paths reportedly crossed at Paris Fashion Week through mutual friends. At first, the rumors were dismissed as tabloid fiction, too strange, too opposite. But then came the sightings. A private barbecue in Los Angeles, a shared car ride after a gallery event, and eventually, their first public appearance together at Beyoncé's Renaissance World Tour. Sitting beside each other in a VIP box, they smiled, whispered, and in that moment, confirmed what fans had only speculated. Their dynamic was unexpected but captivating. She brought glamour, visibility, and intense public curiosity. He brought contrast, quiet intellect, and artistic restraint. Together, they drew headlines at every turn, especially when they attended the US Open in September 2023, where their public kiss became one of the most viral moments of the year. Still, despite the attention, they kept the relationship largely off social media. No interviews, no red carpets, just brief flashes of something private made visible by circumstance. By early 2024, they had quietly separated. No scandal, no bitterness, simply a fade. For some, it was proof they'd never belonged together. For others, it was exactly the mystery that made them work. In the end, their time together became a brief intersection of fame and contrast. two people trying, for a moment, to meet in the middle of very different worlds. As Timothée Chalamet's fame grew, so did the web of speculation surrounding his personal life. Not every rumor was grounded in fact, but even the briefest encounters sparked curiosity, a reflection of how closely the world watched him. One of the earliest whispers linked him to Lady Bird and Little Women co-star Saoirse Ronan. Their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, leading fans to wonder if anything existed beyond the frame. Both denied it, but the rumors persisted, fed by red carpet photos and admiring interviews. In 2021, during the height of the Dune press tour, Chalamet's friendship with Zendaya also drew attention. Their ease with each other, the shared laughs, the lingering eye contact. It was enough to launch 1,000 tweets, yet both remained firm that it was friendship and nothing more. There were also murmurs about model Naomi Scott after they were spotted leaving a London fashion event together, though no second sighting followed. And in 2022, a viral TikTok claimed Timothée had been seen dining with British pop artist Raina Sawayama. The video never proved conclusive, and no further evidence emerged. These fleeting stories, often fueled by a single glance, a shared space, or a silence not explained, never solidified into anything public or confirmed. But together, they paint a picture of Chalamet's elusive charm. Not every connection becomes a headline. Some simply live in the margin between fact and fascination, where silence keeps the door slightly open. From high school halls to Cannes premieres, Timothée Chalamet's romantic journey mirrors his evolution as a global star. Poetic, passionate, and always unpredictable. Whether it was young love with Lords, headline frenzy with Kylie, or secret Parisian nights, each relationship added a layer to his mystique. And yet, despite all the media attention, Chalamet remains an enigma, a modern romantic in a world obsessed with the surface.